Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to the new topic. Today I would like to talk about the goals of the Buddhist life. In Vietnamese we say mục đích của người con Phật. The goals of the Buddhist life is very important for Buddhists and non-Buddhists throughout the world. As you know, with any careers, with any fields of occupations, if we would like to reach the final destinations, we have to reset our goal to achieve the highest goals of our work or our life, according to learn how to plan and learn how to reset the objective. Because we was affected by the teachings of the enlightenment, the Buddha, so I would like to introduce to all of our audience the three goals to achieve the meaningful and the happiness and the peaceful, like in the present and future for human beings and deities. And I also would concerns about the advice, the three advice of all the Buddhas, mean that I get from the three advice also of the Buddhas that say in Pali Sappapasa Akaranang Kusalaso Pasampatha Sacitta Pariyota Panang Etang Buddhasasanang. Meaning in English, not to do any evil, to do the goodness, to purify one mind. Those are the teachings of Buddha. But when I experience and I read things about the three advice of the Buddhas clearly, so I would apply the three advice of the Buddhas in the reality, so that includes three goals of the Buddhist life. There are the three goals of the Buddhist life, such as not to do any evil, second, to do only the goodness, three, to be patient with all any circumstance of life. And this I call the goals of the Buddhist life. So now come to their explanation. For the first rules are the first aim not to do any evil. It means that we have to strictly conduct our moralities, our own disciplines. Mean that if anything is not good in speech and behaviors, if we mindful and awareness of it, okay, please don't do. For the housekeepers and the monastics, monks, nuns, and novices who spend their lives in the monasteries, we have to strictly follow the disciplines set by the Buddha, because the Buddha used to say, Vinaya Sasanasa Mulang, the discipline is the column of the Buddhism. Or we can say that the Buddhist disciplines are the foundations of our learnings and practicing the teachings of the Buddha. At least we have to practice it as our traditional belief and our cultures of life, that not to do any harmful to others. It's very easy, okay? In the real life, if you cannot help others, please don't cause any problem to their life, because everyone already have their own problem, and everyone wishes to seek for the happiness and peaceful life for themselves. And for the seconds, to do only the goodness, we have to remind ourselves to always maintain in the goodness. The goodness by thought, goodness by speech, goodness by action. When you try to help others, it means that you are helping yourself. And when you are helping yourself, you also mean that you are helping others. This is the lack of sharing. Mean that if you know how to receive, you also need to know how to give others. This is regarding to any forms of the goodness that you learn from your parent, because your parent is the first teachers in your family, and you have to collect from the experience of your own life and choose to cultivate your mind to be the goodness, or to be a good person. Here I think that family, school, and all the communities that we are spend our time with, they also mention that if we wish to be a useful man in the society. We have to learn, we have to train, and we have to be conscious to be the goods by ourselves. And for number 3, to be patient. It is a little bit different from the 3 advice of all the Buddha. In the three advice of all the Buddha, they said, to purify one mind. But for my own experience, I think that as a human beings, as a sentient beings, the first one that we are going to purify our mind, we need to stand still. We need to train our mind, and also the key word here, we have to be patient with all kinds of situations that the life are bringing to us. As all we know, if we are be patient enough, if we are be patient enough today, you know, in the future, so one day will be our time. It really means that we get nothing free, right? If we wish to be happy and prosperous in the future, the first thing that we have to be first, that is to be patient with all situations that the life are brought to us. And as my experience, for to be patient here, it includes at least 3 main keywords. The first one is be acceptable. Third is being patient. And that is the second, being patient, and the last one is being abandoned. Before we can do or keep ourselves be patient to all situations that the life brought to us, at least we have to understand this world rightly. As you know, our world is managed by the impermanent. Means that everything is not last forever and changeable. Nothing is standstill except Nibbana. So if you would like to be easy to be acceptable, patient, and abundance all things, including the good and the bad, you have to understand and rethinking again and again on a matters of the Dhammas, anicca, mean impermanent or changeable. If you understand and you read the phenomena of the changeables of everything in this world, you also experience the states of non-self in your mind, and you also not attached to your feelings. When you're feeling good, you are also not attached to it. You no need to follow it. When you're feeling bad, you also no need to escape it. No need to be angry with it. You just maintain your mind, stand still. There's no retract, no adjustment. You spend your life just observe and be noble silent. If you can do that, you know, you will be happy and can experience the goodness of the Buddha teachings or all the Buddha's advice on the Bali verse Sappapasa Akaranang Kusalaso Pasampatha Sachitta Parayothapanang, and you will be a real sons and daughters of the Buddha. And next is very important to build the two foundations for our minds or for your mind. So the first one is we have to build the belief, and the second, we have to develop our wisdom, have to enrich our wisdom to be easy to attain our three goals. Those are not to do any evil, to do only the goodness, and to be patient. How do you think for the belief in Buddhism? The belief hereby in Buddhism, we have the Pali. We have a Pali word called Sattha. It means the belief. In the Abhidhammas or in the highest philosophy and science of Buddhism, defines the word Sattha. Sattha is the belief in the laws of actions, belief in the values of the Buddha, the Dharmas, and the Sanghas, and so on. And there are four writers believe in Buddhism. First one is Kammasattha, mean believe in action. And number 2, vipaka sattha, believe in the results of action. Number 3, kamma sakata sattha, believe in one's action and result. Mean that we are live here, also we was born, and also for our own next life, verse divine or verse lead by our actions. If we do good in this life, we also happy. If we do bad in this life, we also unhappy. And if we are determined to do the good, or like that I say last moment, to do only the goodness, yes, next life. We also can reborn in the good dreams, yeah, from the worlds of sentient being up, and therefore tathagata bodhisattva, we believe in the enlightenment of the Buddha. Yeah, when we believe in the enlightenment of the Buddha, you know, whatever the Buddha said in his discipline and teachings, in the Vinaya Pitaka, in the Suttanta Pitaka, in the Abhidhamma Pitaka, we always believe. Actually, we not believe in the script, but we live in Tathagata Bodhisattva. We believe in the enlightenment of the Buddha. So I hope that you all can manage your sattva well. Don't try to move on others. Just maintain your body and mind based on the four righteous belief. And we need also balance between our belief with wisdom. Mean that if you have only belief, for me, I don't guarantee you will direct yourself in the right way. So that you need all the foundation like wisdom. Here I recognize you to balance between your belief with wisdom. What is wisdom? Wisdom in Buddhism, the Buddha used to say that Panya lokasmi pachoto. The wisdom is the light of the world. Whenever you have enough wisdom in yourself, I would say that if your mind endowed with the wisdom, you can see yourself clearly, you can see all the people clearly, and you also can get the right views and right understandings on all the activities in this world. You just see the result, and then you get the right understandings on its cause. See? Because everything's happening in this world is always have its own cause and effect. Mean that it's happening with its own reason. So when you have wisdom, you also have the ability to see the proper reasons on everything existing. And that is I wish to share. And where the wisdom comes from, I need to say it again. The wisdom for the Buddha, the wisdom comes from different sources. The first one, Sutta Maya Panya. Wisdom obtains by listening. And also the Buddha also says, Suso Sang Lapate Panyang. A good listener always gains wisdom. It's the same meaning. And second, Cinta Maya Panya. Wisdom attains by critical thinking. So that in Pali we have Yoniso Manasikara. It means critical thinking. Because a critical thinking is a part of wisdom. Yeah, we can understand like that. And number three, Pavana Maya Panya. Wisdom approach or experience by practicing. Here the Buddha refer to the insight meditation. And among the three sources of wisdom, the Buddha appreciates the third most. That is Pavana Maya Panya. In daily life, for a monastic monks or the Buddhist monk, the first thing he wished to do, that is to practice mindfulness of the body. Mean that to take a mental repeat to observe their breathing in, his breathing in and breathing out. Is also can observe every part of his body, to know to experience the impermanence between the body and mind, because the body and mind always interchange from each other. If your body hurts, your mind also was affected. If your mind has a problem, it also cause a problem to your body. Yeah, so we have to understand that. And there are 3 things that the Buddhists have to concern about. That is tranquility, meditation, and insight meditation. You have to practice. So now I think that our topic on the goals of the Buddhist slide is going to end, and I think that if you wish to search more, learn more, and practice more, you can go to search for the 3 advice of all the Buddhas, and guess while understanding on it based on the concept of ehipassiko, come and see, and then you try to experience by yourself. And one more important thing, according to the goals of the Buddhist life, please turn back to yourself. Okay, observe yourself, mean that observe your body and mind. And then keep silent. Don't try to go out, because the thing that you learn from outside based on your six base, nose, eye, ear, tongue, body, and mind. That is just the situation, the event. If you can catch up its reality, it causes your mind tired. And it is not the way that the Buddha tells us to do. The Buddha tells us to do, that is go inside, sit and meditate, and observe your body and mind. And then be patient with it. And next, the happiness and prosperities will become to you one day. Namo Buddhaya.